Please welcome Marissa Mayer. What were some of the problems and opportunities that you were able to see through the lens of somebody who had spent so much time in product and through the lens of a computer scientist?
When you're doing a startup and you're building a company, it's a design problem. But in a transformation and a renaissance, which is what we're trying to affect at Yahoo, it is an engineering problem. We prototype and we run things in parallel and we don't scale until we know that they work.
Does that sort of developer mindset ever feel like it's holding you back?
One hazard that can happen is analysis paralysis, where you end up looking at so much data that there is a moment where it's working and it's time to actually scale it. And do you miss that moment, or do you miss your first mover advantage?
In your current role, you're obviously very busy. Do you still have time to actually get behind a keyboard and code?
I do every now and then, like to just sort of code for fun. I've got a couple of little, artsy things I like to do at home. I like to keep my hand in it, so I'm familiar with the syntax and really thinking through how do you break down a problem into steps.
Do you walk around and talk to your developers and sort of get a deep dive from time to time so that you're aware of the latest and greatest in coding languages and trends?
Immediately when you look at products, it's not just about how do they look, how do they feel, when are they shipping. It's how are they built, and are we building them in the smartest way? Are we collecting the most data that we can to actually make those systems the smartest and the most performant? So I look at a lot of data like that to really understand if we make these changes, will they be positive? The NFL opportunity is just historic, because when someone like the NFL decides to go digital, we might not be the biggest technology company, but we're the biggest technology company that gets media. We might not be the biggest media company, but we're the biggest media company that gets tech. And so I think that when you look at big opportunities, you can sort of look at almost any industry, and if software hasn't been a big disruption to date, you can pretty much predict that it will be.